box. Good job, Mark.
Though the data will take years to sift through, the promised blast holds, in addition to the significance of building existing data sets, is a clearer understanding of the story of star formation and evolution, where they form, how they form, and the overall development of other structures like planets and galaxies in the early universe.
The balloon ant float can be seen well in excess of 100 miles. We've had the reports from airline pilots that they could see our balloon and were trying to report near misses to the FAA when the balloon is 125, 145 miles away. From the ground, you could probably see it well in excess of 100 miles. What's it look like from Mars?
Campaign Director Bill Stepp oversees the monitoring, termination, and post-flight recovery of nearly every scientific payload and balloon, from the BLAST submillimeter telescope to this atmospheric experiment that was launched half a world away at the Columbia Scientific Balloon Facility Base in Fort Sumner, New Mexico.
We have a requirement to keep a chase aircraft essentially within 1 hour of flying time from the balloon at any time. What we have is...
While Stepp and his team monitor the westward tracking balloon in real time with sophisticated software.
The safe distance standoff distances are 5 miles in radius around the projected landing point of the payload, and we make sure that there are no populated areas within that area.
A set of statistics is run that tells us what the probabilities are of actually injuring someone on the ground. And those numbers, the probabilities have to be extremely low, like on the order of 1 in a million, before we're allowed to bring one of these systems down.
And then we have a 10-mile radius circle around the projected landing point, and we make sure that we have no major metropolitan areas which have population density outside of the city limits in that area when we terminate.
At the predetermined conclusion of the flight, the aircrew is called in for termination.
They will fly to the location of the balloon, start communications with the FAA, start getting clearance from the FAA to terminate the flight or separate the payload and the balloon.
After a visual inspection of the projected landing point, a telemetry command is sent, firing an explosive squib that separates parachute and balloon at 120,000 feet in the air. This separation also creates a tear in the balloon, releasing the gas.
The payload descends on the parachute over a period typically of about 50 minutes.
The aircraft will stay in station right around the payload and monitor the descent of the balloon and the descent of the payload.